It's Tuesday, December 8th, and welcome to the Next LVL Podcast, Episode 7. I am Emmy Bassavand, and someone, please call my mama, because John Danho is here.
Where, mama?
And someone, please call the cops, because Mayor Oppo is here.
You're so fucking dumb, both of you. Hi, everybody.
Just to get wrecked, man.
All right, guys, we have some beer, some actual good beer,
Ooh.
I think.
Yeah, it's great beer, dude.
Okay.
I've never had it.
What do we have?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, you brought it.
Yes, I did bring it. I brought some Leffe. It's a Belgian blonde. It says Anno 1240. I remember last time we were talking about Anno. Did we decide on? Did we figure out what it is?
Yeah, it's basically like from that time.
1240.
Yeah, but I doubt the same way I doubt the other Anno. I doubt this Anno.
So it's just some bullshit number.
I think so. I'm pretty sure 1240. Like if someone was making Leffe at that time, like it probably didn't go by the same style or name or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably a different product from 1240. Let's just let that number sink in.
Okay.
1240. We're still figuring out like existentially who we were as a species. And these guys are saying this beer was around back then. I'm not so sure.
You know what? This beer, there's some beers, like you just see the bottle and the way the bottle looks and it's designed, and you just kind of expect that it's a good beer.
Yeah. I think this is one of them with the golden foil that it has.
Yeah.
Across the top.
I mean,
it's nice.
I've never had it, but here goes a swig.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Holy shit.
I know, man. It's really good.
That is amazing.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely an amazing beer.
Oh, man.
It's sweet. It's kind of sweet.
Yeah, it's a little sweet. It's Leffe Blonde, to clarify. Because I know there's different kinds.
Oh, right. They have
a
brown.
Yeah, brown. I think they have just different colored bottles and like different flavors and stuff. But this for Maher right here. Maher, you're always so critical about the descriptions of beers, right? Or like the words to describe them or
I guess.
Whatever.
Yeah,
So let's throw this on you, dude. Savor the mystery of the ages.
That's so good.
So let's say you read a beer that had that. What's your first reaction, dude?
Okay, you know what? It kind of seems like they're self-aware. From that, I kind of get that they're self-aware. Savor the mystery of the ages, dude. Are you kidding? As soon as they decided that that's what they're gonna write, they just had a good laugh. Okay?
I'm having a good laugh because that's hilarious, man. No, this is a very good beer. The first time I had it was in Japan, funnily enough, at a Belgian beer cafe, where they have over like 40, 50, 60 different kinds of Belgian beers. And for each one, they have a very specific glass, a specific way that you drink it, a specific coaster.
How fucking cool of you, John.
I know, man. I'm just like throwing out these nice experiences in your face, right? No, it was a great place. Like,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it was, and that's where I had Leffe, and I just fell in love. And it's surprisingly a very strong beer. It's 6.6. So it's nothing to stop at.
What's the average percentage for a beer?
I don't know, but I would say 5.9. I think is like the.
It gets lower, but it can get a bit higher too. Like I don't think there's like an average. Maybe I don't know.
Like I would say a weak beer is
like a 4.6.
No, 4% is like
4%.
Okay, no, hold on. So what's a Coors?
I don't know what.
Always back to the Coors.
Always back to Coors. All roads lead to Coors Light.
I think Coors is a weak beer.
Yeah, it should be like around 2 maybe.
Is it 2?
Of course it's weak because it's
down?
diluted with piss.
No, man.
With actual human piss.
Coors is delicious. Fuck you guys.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of piss, we were asked last week what game I would liken to piss.
Oh man.
Okay. Or what game I would liken to Coors Light.
What is the Coors Light of video games?
Yeah, what is the Coors Light of video games? And at the time I just agreed and I said, all right, I'll just say it was, what was your answer?
What did I say? I said Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, right. I agreed at the time, but I knew there was something else, dude. I knew it. And it was funny because right after the podcast that ended, after we had recorded, it hit me. Call of Duty is the Coors Light of fucking video games, dude. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the most shallow experience that you can have in a shooter, in my opinion. And Battlefront aside, it's one of the most shallow experiences you can have in a shooter. And like you just said, Mahed, that's because it's diluted with piss. This is straight up diluted with piss. Like Call of Duty is just diluted. It's a diluted game.
Well, to be fair to Coors Light, it's 4.2.
Yeah, I couldn't. So, it's not 2, dude. There's no way.
It's not 2. I thought it was much lower. And
To be fair,
this this website though is not very favorable towards Coors Light.
what website?
Beer Advocate.
Oh yeah, man. I remember that shat on Oculto as well. Our
Beer Advocate? Is that like the
It's like a go-to
IMDb
beer.
of beers?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting
I
it. Sure.
suppose it's one of them. Yeah, I think there's like a couple, right? There's like Beer Review. There's Beer Advocate. There's like
I'm
different
not
sites.
sure.
Yeah, but like
Holy fuck, dude. I'm just going to reiterate. That is some good shit.
Coors Light, I agree. Yeah.
no.
This Leffe. No, really.
Yeah, no, it's really
kind of
good.
blowing my mind a little bit.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad-
man. It's
you know,
delicious.
actually, last week I described Kotai Gold as fluffy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is a pretty
This
fluffy
is
beer
purely
too.
fluffy.
Yeah, this is a very fluffy beer, but I think it's a lot stronger. It tastes a lot stronger. It's like a little harsher to drink than Kotai Gold was, at least from what I remember. I don't know.
What compelled you to buy this beer, I mean?
I was going for the Modelo, but then I noticed the Leffe right next to it, and you know what? I'm a fan of Leffe, so I'm like, instead of forcing you guys to drink more Oculto, I'm like, why not? Let's have some good beer.
Fair enough.
Do you have any other Belgian beers that you like? I mean,
Honestly, not off the top of my head, but yeah, man.
Do you, John?
I don't discriminate against beer. Beer is good.
Hold on.
Fair
What's the
enough.
word that we came up with to
Olympiad.
Yeah.
Beer Olympiad? So, as our local beer Olympiad, what would you say is the answer to that question?
Another Belgian beer I really
Yeah.
like, Le Chouf or McChouf. But there's both of them. It's a very strong Belgian beer.
Wait, there's a Le Chouf and then there's a Muck Chouf?
yeah, a La Chouffe.
Of course, he would love those. Those are such silly names.
La Chouffe and McChouffe. And
Oh man.
it has like a
I'm
garden
sure
gnome
you're
in the
fucking
front.
not only butchering those names,
Oh,
but
I'm
just
butchering everything in this reality,
like
dude.
burning, like cremating them.
Yeah, no, but that's a good beer. And I had another beer that I really loved. It's called Satan.
Oh,
Straight up Satan.
okay.
And it's
Okay.
a picture. I have a picture of it on my Facebook. Actually, it's a
It's
picture
just
of like
called Satan?
yeah, and there's Satan Gold. There's another
Oh,
one that's Satan
man.
Gold, and Satan Gold is way more like it's more delicious.
It's way more Satan.
way more satanic than Satan is. But dude, that's a very good beer if you ever get a chance. I've never seen it in America. Again, I tasted it in Japan.
Hold on, was Satan a Belgian beer as well? Or?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it here, man.
Oh,
Or
I
at
just
least
never
I've seen
have.
a beer with like a devil on it.
Oh, there's tons of beers with devils. This one is like a cartoon stylized red devil that's like doing this face. You get podcast listeners are not gonna see it, but it's literally like
The typical Satan face. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a weird. I have it on my Facebook. I have the picture of the glass and me doing that face.
So him sticking his tongue out and looking like a fool?
Yeah, that's the beer. That's it. That's one of my favorite Belgian beers.
Have you
for
guys
sure.
tried Hoegaarden? I think that's also a Belgian, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
Hoegaarden's
yeah, I
good.
have.
Dude,
Hoegaarden.
I can't freaking stand that beer. It tastes so bad.
Really?
There's yeah, man. It tastes like Nickelodeon gack.
Well, what? Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, dude. It's like, okay, so you know Nickelodeon gack. You know what that is, like the green goop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
if
ever
that had a
tasted
taste?
that?
No, but if that had a taste,
So you're just
it would be
assuming.
Hoegaarden, yeah.
What the fuck, dude? I hope we don't get like a lawsuit from Hoegaarden.
That's what I associate Hoegaarden with.
Okay, man.
Wow, that's
Shit.
pretty unexpectedly
I
harsh
haven't
on
I haven't
Hoegaarden.
had Hoegaarden in a while, but man.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, I'll keep. I mean, I probably will never go after it because I think they're just way better beer out there.
Sure.
But if I ever have it, I'll try to remember Nickelodeon Gook.
Yeah, I have a short little. It's not an anecdote really, but the last time I had Hoegaarden was in Hoegaarden, yeah.
Hoegaarden.
So to the unaware listener, I would travel to Armenia a lot, like these last 10 years, because I have a lot of family and friends there. And one year I went to Moscow. I had a layover in Moscow
Okay.
for 8 hours, and
Yeah.
I had Hoegaarden at a nice little bar there when I was
In the
16 years
airport?
old. Yeah, in the airport.
You're just 16 years old.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was really cool.
What's the drinking age in Russia? I mean, I know that.
Non-existent.
I know the
Negative
standard-
5.
Yeah, okay. I know the standard answer is like, who cares? But like, is there really?
I think it's
Probably
14?
18.
No, it is not 18. I would say it's
I don't fucking know, man. Who knows? Who knows what Mr. Putin has done?
Man.
Anyway, the point, like, why I mentioned that was because I remember, so in the Moscow airport, there are basically two things. There are bars, and there are TGI Fridays, okay? I know that's unexpected. Why the fuck would a TGI Friday be in a Moscow bar? Good question. I'm not here to answer that. What I'm here to bring up is that inside the Moscow airport in Russia, inside of each TGI Fridays, which is an American-owned institution, there is a little figurine of Neil Armstrong. Okay?
Okay.
And the reason why that's hilarious is because of the space race between the United States and Russia.
Oh, shit.
The United States got there first, so it's like a nice little jab at
Well, the
Russia.
United States put a man on it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Russia got there first.
Oh, yeah, no, we
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
man there first,
Yeah.
which is what matters.
America.
So I
Fuck yeah.
just think it's kind of funny that there are little figurines of Neil Armstrong inside of the Moscow airport.
I find that very odd, and I feel like if I were in another time, in another place, I would want to explore this very fully, this whole concept that you're relaying to me, because
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But, I mean, what is the drinking
Interesting.
age?
So there is no drinking age, but the purchase age is 18.
Yeah, that's pretty much the...
So
I
you're-
guess-
Isn't that weird?
So
That's
your mom
pretty
and
weird.
dad or your brother or your sister older can buy it for you.
And fuck you up.
And-
but
and
but
just-
you can't buy it yourself.
You can't buy it yourself, but if like the cop sees you just drinking it, doesn't matter.
So
huh?
if you're a little third
yeah.
grader, like who's just getting pissed off of vodka, no
learning
one
multiplication
That's
tables
very
and
weird.
like
would, no one would care.
yeah, oh man, that says a lot about Russia, I guess.
Sounds like a magical place.
Yeah, I've never been, man. I
Not
I
really.
would actually really love to go.
Yeah, the most
One
I've
day.
been is just the airport in Moscow
Yeah, same
when
here.
I was going to Armenia.
I didn't stop there. I stopped in Heathrow when I went.
Oh wow! So you
In-
stopped? Whoa, hold on. So you stopped at Heathrow and Heathrow straight to Armenia?
Yeah.
No shit. I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't believe they do either. It
Yeah.
was one of the last flights.
Interesting.
I think.
I've been through there too, but I didn't know that they discontinued that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Heathrow was cool. I like that airport. Man,
yeah.
I,
Heathrow is cool.
I would just like every time I go to an airport of anywhere, I just want to go to the place
Yeah.
that the airport is for. You know what I mean? Like
I
I
love
want to go to
airports,
London or
man.
England. I want to go to Moscow. I
France's
wanna go to-
airport sucks dick. The
Really?
Charles de Gaulle, I remember that one. So,
Mhm.
here's just another little short story. It doesn't have to do with beer, but just bringing it up. I was on a plane with a bunch of Armenian people because we were all going to Armenia, and someone had bought some alcohol from the duty free,
Okay.
and he was trying to get it through to the French security, and the guy just stopped him and said, no, we can't have alcohol. And the guy's like, come on, dude, I spent $400. And the other guy goes, no, destruction.
Whoa. What? Destruction?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck did he just say to that guy?
Destruction.
He's like, what do you mean destruction? He's like, oh, we have to confiscate and destruction. I'm like, what the fuck? He literally told the guy to his face that they
Is he
can't
like a
accept the
cyborg?
alcohol. No, he
We
was
must
just some dude.
confiscate and destruction.
So he basically told the dude, I have to confiscate your alcohol and destroy it in the back. So what the guy did was, he's like, all right, fucker, here, take a lot of it. But then he took one bottle out and took like some little paper glasses he had in his cup. And he's like, he called the other Armenians who came off the plane. And
Nice.
he's like, here, guys, take a shot. Let this not go to waste. So people
That's
actually
the
drink.
way.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was legal to drink in the airport like that. Like
Wait,
not in
why-
a bar.
No, why wouldn't it be?
Not in a bar,
Oh.
you know? Like, so I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
It
I
was
mean,
just
like,
so-
I would
Whatever, man. Like, are they gonna make him stop? Like, they're making him throw away.
They
like,
already
some-
took away
Yeah.
$300 worth of his alcohol. The least
Yeah.
they could do is let him fucking.
that's a lot of
have a little
alcohol.
shot.
And he was going to Armenia with it, right?
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
sucks, man. I'm
That-
sure his
that
family
does
would
suck.
have like appreciated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Sad
well.
shit.
So, anyways, boys, I want to know what you're playing because I know there's
Yeah.
a burning topic, and I want to hear it.
Yeah. So I recently picked up Rocket League on the PC, and you've been playing it ahead on the
Yeah.
PS4 for a little bit.
It's about time you picked it up.
Yeah, man, dude. Like, never has a game that I've had zero interest in capture me so quickly
Yeah.
and so completely.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sports game.
Kind
Sports
of.
slash racing.
It's
Kind
not a
of.
racing game. No.
That's how they qualified it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how else were they supposed to classify it? You know what I mean? It's such a fucking just ridiculous idea for a game.
Yeah. For those people that don't know, it's a soccer game, but instead of humans, it's cars. It's
So
like
you're just
rocket-powered cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like rocket cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Yeah, it's-
regular, not like a NASCAR car. It's
No,
like,
yeah, it's like Hot Wheels. It's like Hot Wheels meets soccer.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. Hot Wheels leading the way.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
So, I commend you for buying Rocket League, first of all, because, I mean, although now I would buy Rocket League
Yeah.
because of the knowledge, like, I know that it's a good game, but the reason why I started playing Rocket League was because, and I've mentioned this in a very early episode in our podcast, I think,
Yeah.
that they released Rocket League.
Mhm.
The first day the game was released, it was a free game for anyone who has a PlayStation Network
The
account.
PS Plus thing.
The PS Plus.
I think like every month they put like 2-3 games for free out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rocket League was one of them. And it was free. And you know what? I just thought, hey, it's just another kind of like sort of dumb random game that they're offering. But I was pleasantly surprised.
What a risky move, right? For like an indie developer, for like some small game. Like now it's picked up traction. Now a lot of people know about it. A lot of people play it. But at the time it was a nothing game. Like no one really knew about it. And they put it out for free.
You know what?
On
it's
a
brilliant.
very big platform.
That probably speaks to the faith that the developer, maybe, I don't know, but that probably speaks to the faith that the developer had in the product itself, because you guys are like making it out to be a very fun game. And I played a little bit of it and it was very fun, even though, I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing. And I can see why someone who made it would instantly think, guys, we hit gold. Yeah. This is a great idea. And Sony approached us and they want to release it out for free and give us like free advertising, basically. Let's go for it.
You know what the thing is, though? I don't even necessarily think that it was that risky, because whenever I get those 2 free games, right? Like now that PS4 internet isn't free, you're paying for it. And one of the perks, one of the ways that you convince yourself that you're not a fucking retard or a stupid person for paying for that internet, is because you get to try out these games and hopefully one of them is good, right? So my thought process was, why not just play it? You know, whatever. I got it for free. Yeah. If it's good, it's good. If it's shit, I'll throw it to the pile. Yeah. You know? And it ended up being amazing. So I think it was just a
no, but like I'm
move.
saying it's a risk because like for the most part, as far as I know, all the games that they put out for PS Plus for free, they're like indie games that have been around already for a little bit. You know, like this was a launch title. It
That's
launched
true.
on the PS4 for free.
Did it launch simultaneously on Steam,
PC.
but for $20?
I
right?
actually do think it came out on PS4 a bit earlier, like a week earlier, like negligible, but
makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what the thing about this game is? It kind of just takes gaming back to basics to me, dude. You know,
I hear that.
It's like you were just saying this, John, earlier, that even though you're not very good at it, it was fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
And this is one of my main selling points when I try to tell someone that this is a great game, that you could be someone who doesn't know shit about what you're doing, and it's like, oh, holy shit, that's happening. Oh, man, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Right? So the more you play the game, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, like most games, the funner it gets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And like that's the thing. It's not an easy game.
No, not at all.
Like in order to play the game correctly, like if you've seen some of there's like a pro circuit right now, like professionals play it. And
okay.
Yeah. Like the shit that they pull, man, it's impressive.
I bet. Like dribbling right on their hood
like
of their
dribbling,
car or
like
something.
you could jump in the air and you could boost, so you could fly around a little bit, and they get like aerial shots in. Like it's very cool.
Yeah, because there are different skills that you could develop in the game that like stupid looking. You know what I mean? Because I just randomly say that because that's most people when I try to show them Rocket League, like they see cars running around hitting a ball around. It looks dumb. Yeah, you know, it looks dumb.
Sure.
But there's actually a lot of nuance to it, you know, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Like there are different skills you could be good at, like shooting, dribbling, goalkeeping. You could even be a dude who's just turboing around and blowing people up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's very, very...
It's cool, and it's a team game, right? And it's a lot more fun when you play with other people. I have like 3 or 4 other people that we kind of like play around with on PC, and we do have roles, you know, like we have a midfielder, we have someone on defense, we have like a striker. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really it can get very rewarding when you're communicating with everyone and trying to, you know, like figure shit out.
So John, I have a question for you. Since Emmy and I are the ones who play this game and you don't really play it, I just wonder, what would it take for someone like you to pick this game up? Though I know that you wouldn't be conventionally somebody who just buys Rocket League and starts playing it. I'd just like to ask you, and you could answer like, there's no way at all. I'm just curious. What would it take for you to purchase and play a game like this?
It's tough, man, because you guys already know, like, I'm not too big on like multiplayer or competitive and stuff, or like those kind of games. And
yet you play Dota.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dota fills that want for me, right?
Sure.
So let's say I didn't have Dota and I wanted, or like I didn't even want a game similar to that, and you would ask me what would it take for me to get Rocket League? Simply that my friends play it. That's really it. Like if my friends play it and we can all play together, I couldn't care less. Like
that's a good enough.
You know
reason.
what I mean, right?
And
like,
you know what? I do play this game solo, but it is exponentially better when you are playing with people you know,
it just
who you're
sucks.
communicating with.
It sucks. There's no cross-platform.
Actually, there sort of is. So as a PC and US PS4 Mehed, we can get teamed up with each other. We can get matched up against each other, but we can't voluntarily party up.
Wow.
That's kind of odd. I'm okay. So
Yeah.
now that's the kind of thing.
But they're
I would
working on
expect
it.
them
They
to
they
fix.
put out a statement, like I think it was around a week ago, saying that they're trying to work
Good.
on it. trying
Isn't
to
that
put everything
progress in
together.
itself, though, that we
Yeah.
can even be matched together?
Yeah, no, it's I don't think it was like that when it originally launched. Like, I might be wrong, but I do think this cross-platform thing was relatively new thing, and it recently got released on Xbox One. I want to say like a week ago, and they're not going to have cross-platform play
Huh? Why not?
because
Microsoft
they were saying,
owns,
right? Yeah, it's
know,
it's a little
Xbox and
yeah,
it's
it's a
on-
little weird.
yeah.
But
that's
they were
kinda weird.
saying it's just because the architecture is so different, and
Damn, man.
they were focusing on the PC to cross-platform with PlayStation 4, and it's different enough that
they
they
might
can't
do
make-
it down the
they can't make
line
this
one
work.
day. Who
Yeah,
knows?
but just the way that they said their press conference, like not press conference, their statement when they put it out,
Yeah.
it didn't really sound like that.
But you know what, dude? Like, honestly, it looks very fun. I would probably get it without a doubt now that I know that it's as fun as it is, and I tried it at your house, Mahed, and I enjoyed it. I would just wait for it to go on sale. It's not the kind of game that I would pick up for $20, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly why. Is because
Fair enough. I paid nothing for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because back in the day, I paid $10 for Terraria, and Terraria is one of my all-time favorite games, and it was just chock full of everything for me, and so like that's how I judge like indie games. I put them up to like the Terraria standard, which is unfair because a lot of games don't live up to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's just how it is for me, really.
Sure.
Like I wouldn't want to pay a full $20, but I know Steam games always go on sale. One day it's going to be on a 50% sale, or it's going to be on a 75%
Well, it was
sale.
actually a 50% sale on the last sale that they had like a few weeks ago.
Oh, for sure. I might
Yeah.
just probably missed it. But
Yeah.
I'm winter sale easy. I'm
That's
just
when
gonna
I got
pick
it
up.
actually
The-
on their sale. Yeah, I got it for $10.
Oh yeah, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up when it's around that cost. Like you guys have convinced me seemingly just from very little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it
Dude,
just seems very fun.
It's just
it's cool.
pure fun.
Yeah.
Pure fun.
Yeah.
No strings
It's
attached.
a pure video game.
Yeah, dude.
Like
that's
that's
what
what it is.
I agree with you. I don't even play it, and I could just tell you that. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's a very pure video game. That's what it is.
And you know what takes it above and beyond, past it just being a purely fun game? The mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
You know, like the engine, the Unreal Engine, and just the way the car moves.
Yeah.
The way you hit the ball, the way you
It
jump.
feels so tight, but at the same
Exactly.
time floaty enough that there's a skill ceiling that you have to hit. Like they've nailed it.
it's a good.
They
physics
really have
It's
system.
nailed it,
honestly
yeah.
the closest thing to impeccable that I can
Wow.
recall in terms of how satisfying your actions are.
All right.
Like, truly.
I would love for them to take the driving mechanics of Rocket League and make a racing game out of it. Maybe like some spin-off or something. That would be so fun.
Like an unrealistic racing game.
Yeah,
Like a kart
something like
game.
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could- yeah.
Well, you know what, dude? Actually, yeah, because it's so
It
well
just
done
feels right,
that if I
man.
could just race people in Rocket League, I would do that too.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully, crossing fingers for some new DLC. Who knows?
Dude, well, how's their DLC, by the way? Like in general,
Very,
like what's
very
their
fair.
model and what's their like
It's all
thing?
cosmetic stuff. It's all cosmetic stuff for your car.
Do you pay?
Like you pay.
You can't earn that through the game itself, right? You
Well,
have
I
to
mean,
pay.
the base game itself, you have a whole bunch of unlocks that you get, like different kind of hats and flags
right,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
I
whole
remember.
bunch of
I've
stuff.
seen my head as different like
Yeah.
cars.
But like each DLC comes out with like 6 or 7 new cars, 6 or 7 new flags or different stuff. Yeah, it's just different stuff for your
Dude,
car.
honestly, it won me that it has the Armenian flag.
Oh yeah, no,
That is too fucking baller.
that's what I'm rocking.
like
with the top
please-
hat.
Yeah, no,
Boom.
please get real, dude.
Yeah, mine is with a taxi sign on top.
Yeah, that's
That is
fitting.
hilarious.
That's
dude.
fitting.
They have like different ones.
Appropriate.
Like Rocket League, the developers are doing a lot of tie-ins with other games. Like Fallout 4 released, and so on your car you get like the little Pip-Boy bobblehead guy. I think.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's like cool
Yeah.
stuff. I think for
Dude,
other
for
games.
Xbox, they're getting the Warthog from Halo.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
Yeah, no, that's
That is so
awesome.
cool.
That
Yeah,
is
no,
very,
dude, that's
very
very. And I
They're
think
getting
you
the
can get
tumbler
something
from
else too.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, man, that's awesome. I like that. I like when a
they're
game
doing a
or
Portal
the,
tie-in too.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valve does
The
tie-ins with, like,
opportunities are
everything.
just limitless.
Yeah, man.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I just love, like, you can really see when a developer loves their game, the love for their game bleeds into the game itself, and you feel that very same thing.
sure.
And that's what I feel with a lot of games, and that's what I look for primarily when I play a game, is the love that the developer has for it. That's what helps me excuse faults in games, is when the developer, when I perceive that the developer really loved what they did.
Dude, and you know what it is as well? It's just so low pressure because there's virtually nothing controversial in that game.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah.
nothing you could even begin to think about nitpicking about that game.
Yeah.
What are you going to complain about? The ball's too big, it's too small, you're not moving fast enough?
I know,
Like,
I agree
there's
with you,
seriously nothing you could say about it.
Yeah.
To be fair, they did completely. So there was free DLC that got added with the game too, and they added mutators.
Oh,
You know-
yeah.
I
do you
don't
know
know
about
what
that,
those
Mahad?
are.
Yeah.
They completely change up the physics of the game, and so you can
It's a
match
play
up
mode.
for. Sorry.
It's a play mode, right?
Yeah. So like there's standard mode, and then there's mutator mode. And like the mutators do weird stuff, like they make you low gravity, or they give you a square ball.
Oh, is
You
it
know-
like a power up in the game that you could like? While
No, just
driving
at the
around,
beginning.
or-
At the
oh.
beginning, it like randomly chooses 4 of them,
Oh, okay.
and then you just play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's cool.
And you know what, dude? It's
I probably wouldn't play that.
Yeah, it's a fun kind of side thing, you know. It's it could get silly and ridiculous, and like stupidly hard, but you know, it's fun.
dude, it's just crazy to think that there's so many dimensions of that game that I just have not explored.
Yeah.
And I've played a decent amount of it, and I still don't really know how to do so many important things. Like, just as an example, you know how you're constantly running around the field and you're charging power-ups for your turbo, right? So, like, I still have no idea how to, like, fly or, like, jump and use the turbo and fly.
Yeah, that's something I haven't nailed yet too.
It's so hard, dude.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people do it, and it's just crazy. It just opens up an entire world of opportunities to be able
Exactly.
to do something like that. And, you know, it's kind of just the little things. I know I'm just going on about it, but it really is just the little things that make this game so good. Like, one of my favorite aspects of it is that, you know how there's the rule that when the game ends when the ball hits the floor, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if the time runs out and the
you
ball
can
is...
dribble that shit, dude.
Yeah, and the ball's flying around, it has to hit the floor for the game to end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that truly makes it so that it's really right down to the last second.
Yeah.
You know? I've never found myself playing that game and being down against somebody and just calling it quits.
No.
Like, really, it's...
You always have one more chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it's like
Even if you're down 8
dude, even if you're
8-0,
grasping for the straws of the straws,
Yeah.
it's still like something. You
there's
know?
still something. You know?
That's cool,
You
man.
still have a chance to do one more thing. You know?
Aesthetically, I really like the game too.
Yeah, man,
The
it's
like
pretty-
the graphics, the sounds, everything is like fun. Like it's just kind of the Unreal Engine is just phenomenal,
Yeah.
dude. I've actually worked a little bit with Unreal Engine, like just to like try it out because it's free.
Yeah.
And it's like a very, very, very powerful like set of tools, man. You could do a lot with it, like a ton. And
Well,
it's
this
good
is
that they-
evidence of that.
Yeah, no,
I think.
it's creative as shit, man.
It is.
Fucking car soccer.
Safe
Yeah,
to,
man.
safe to say
Like,
we're all
please?
fans.
Yeah.
I don't even play it. I'm a fan, dude. Like I'm just a huge fan of the game. I'm a huge fan that a game like that exists. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just so interesting, man, because in this kind of climate of indie games being a little bit politically charged, a lot of them, you know, like being a little bit like
Story driven even.
story driven, or they want to have like a message in them, or that, dude, like this game Rocket League just has no pretenses, man. It literally just throws you in there. It's as if you're in like an arcade back in the 90s. That's it, dude.
Huh.
That's how you guys are saying like it's a pure video game.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it, is that it takes you back to when video games were new. When you're in the arcade and you put your coin in and you want to go like a level of Street Fighter, that's like this kind of game, you know? That's how I think about it as just a third party observer.
Very
to
well
it.
put,
I
John.
can't agree enough. Like, well said.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and take a little break, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, we're back. And right now, we're going to dive right into League of Legends. Wait a second. No, Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, it was a typo?
Yeah, it was a typo. My bad.
That's good, man.
I see.
No
Yeah.
worries.
So, yeah, guys, Final Fantasy 7, a remake is coming out. Did you guys see the trailer for that?
I did, dude. I saw what you posted on our site.
Yeah.
Very, very cool stuff. I don't know. I'm actually pretty glad that they're doing it, because I didn't get to play Final Fantasy when I was a kid.
Oh,
or
really?
Final Fantasy 7, rather. I didn't have a PS1 for long. So it just never got around to it, and just, you know, it's always been in the back of my mind as something I would like to play. Maybe now I'll have the chance that that it's being made more modern. Right?
Exactly, man. I think you're actually the demographic that they're aiming to.
Yeah,
kinda
most
please,
likely.
because I think there are a large amount of people, myself included, who didn't particularly play that game like the whole game.
Sure.
And you know, they've just heard about how it's like a legendary game. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
It's the Final Fantasy. Right
It has
now.
a status that's just legendary, and they know that.
Yeah.
And people are gonna want to know what all the fuss is about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to say Final Fantasy VI also was released in US, but Final Fantasy VII was kind of the big one on
First 3D
Final Fantasy.
like,
It was it's a
yeah.
seminal game in RPGs for sure.
Funnily enough, they're just releasing Final Fantasy VI on PC right now on Steam.
That's
like
right.
in like this month, sometime this month. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just the remaster of the mobile version.
Mobile version.
Yeah, there was a mobile version, I think, for phones or something, and they're just re-releasing that for Steam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. I mean, you're pretty in favor of this, right? I mean, like, you're a big fan of Final Fantasy
Yeah, so
as a series. So, like, what do you make of them remaking, like, this classic?
yeah, it's actually funny. I would put Final Fantasy VIII above Final Fantasy VII just because I played that first.
8 is the one with the gunslinger Leon, right? That
Yeah.
guy?
Oh, I know him from
Not
Kingdom-
Leon.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
They changed his name in Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
to make it more appealing.
Oh, okay,
I guess.
all right.
That's
sorry.
the only way I know him, by the way, is through Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because I played Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love that game
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's the one with Squall. He has a gunblade, which is like a revolver, but
That guy
instead
was
of a barrel,
really cool.
it's a fucking sword.
That
That's
is
so cool.
dude.
Yeah.
He captures the imagination a little. He's a pretty masculine, you know, like a nice little hero figure for kids.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy as a whole just had just such cool shit always, you know?
Yeah, man.
And you know what? It's kind of confusing. A friend of mine said it like, and it made me think, you know, he asked me, what is the Final Fantasy world? Like,
I think each Final Fantasy is its own world. Like, it's not related.
exactly. It's not
Yeah.
like set in stone, you know?
No.
It's like
They
sometimes
have
it's in
some
the past,
themes that
it's
I
in the
think
future.
are carryover.
Yeah,
throughout
like
the
some
games,
themes,
or-
like the cactus with the was it like the punching thing?
I don't know if that's a theme. I mean, I think that
not theme, but like
Yeah,
a recurring thing.
Yeah, I hear you,
Yeah.
dude. They have
Chocobos.
like, but like, you know, like their magica and like there's like the, you know, like the different spells and like
Yeah.
the mystical part of it, I think carries throughout and
Yeah,
then also infused with like technology
Yeah.
and shit.
I'm just talking about like trying to make sense of the universes
I think
themselves.
I think most are
They-
separated.
They just
yeah.
never really make too much sense, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You know?
I think like each Final Fantasy, you sort of have to take it by its own separate thing.
Yeah.
They did start doing sequels. There was like Final Fantasy X and then X-2. I think there was a few other ones that they started doing sequels.
There's there's
Recently.
Final Fantasy 13, I think, and then Final Fantasy
13?
Final Fantasy 13 with Lightning. With the Lightning as the
Right.
protagonist, the
That's
chick
right.
with the pink hair.
That's right.
Final Fantasy 13-2, and then Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning Returns.
Yeah.
That was like the main thing. Did you ever even play any of those?
I played 13.
Did you like it?
I don't know.
I've heard very like awful things about it.
13, man, like the art style was cool. The story is a typical JRPG kind of like silliness, but you know, it's expected. It's basically like video game anime.
Which
It's
one?
fine.
Which one was 13?
13 was the one with Lightning with she has like this really cool sword that turns into like a sort of a gun sort of thing.
She has pink hair. She's tall. She's lanky.
Okay,
thin.
never mind. I played one of those.
That was the Xbox 360 one on like PS3.
Well,
like
that might be the one that I played. I
Yeah.
remember playing one where it was 3 girls.
No, that's 10-2.
No, that's 10-2.
10-2. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
played that
10-2.
as well. I like, dude.
That one
Final
was pretty
Fantasy is
fun.
the only Final Fantasy I've ever played to completion.
Which one?
Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Final Fantasy X, dude. Like
Yeah, that's a fun game.
when I first saw it, the graphics, dude,
Yeah.
just blew me away. And I was like in early high school, I think, when it like was popular or when it came out. Oh man, I thought to myself, and this is just funny, right? It's a very ironic thought. Graphics in games will never be better than this.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly thought. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being like, I earnestly thought that when I saw it. And they're playing like Rammstein in their cinematics and shit. I don't know if you
Are
guys-
they?
Yeah,
Did they?
they were playing Rammstein in their cinematics.
yeah,
with-
why
10 out
not?
of 10 for that.
Bro, straight up, bro. And I was a big Rammstein head, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. That's the
Yeah.
first live concert I ever went to.
Yeah.
No shit, Rammstein?
Yeah, dude.
Good fucking place to start, dude.
Amazing. Amazing.
great. Oh, I'm
Still to date,
jealous.
actually, I think one of the best. The best,
man.
maybe, that I've ever been to.
But yeah, like Final Fantasy has this huge legacy. So it's just very surprising to me that they would remake their old game, right? Like that's not something I very much that I expect for them when they're already on their 14th or 15th iteration of their series with countless spin-offs, by the way. I'm not even talking about the spin-offs. I'm literally talking about the main entries to the series, not even counting sequels. They have 14 or 15, right? And now they're remaking a classic, so it just, I don't know. Is that something that's going down in gaming in general? Like, is that like going to be a new trend, or is that already a trend? Like, what are we looking at here?
I mean, I think it is. I think we're in a new age where we have such amazing capabilities in terms of graphics and making things look nice, so that we're just thinking, let's just apply it to everything. You know, like why wouldn't we
take
this
a fan
look
favorite, take something that hits the nostalgic chord for some people, and remake it? I feel like that's the trend that kind of video games are going down.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
an equation for success. It just is. That's how it is.
They're going to charge for different parts of the game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask how you felt
hold on,
about
what?
that. Yeah, they are.
You didn't know?
Yeah,
No, I don't know what you're about to say.
they're releasing the game in parts.
Final Fantasy 7?
And the
Yes.
reason why is because, and correct me if I'm wrong, John, is because the developer, and I don't know if this is bullshit, but he said the game is basically, there's too much stuff.
Yeah, he said that.
For them to release it in one game.
Yeah.
That's the reason. He said basically if we wanted to release it in one game, we were
Okay.
going to have to leave shit out.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
basically-
bullshit.
So
No,
it's
that's what he
like,
said,
what are
yeah.
they doing? Like an episodic sort of
Yes,
thing?
episodic.
Man.
But no one knows what qualifies the episodes yet. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's okay if they do it, because Final Fantasy 7, when it originally released for the PS1, it was on a couple of CDs.
Yeah.
4, I think.
3.
And so, 3. And so people were saying, oh, if they do it, if they break it in those segments, it makes sense to the story. But then the creator came out and said, we're changing a bit of the story as well to accommodate the new gameplay and the new stuff. So what are they going to do? No one knows. And they're going to charge for each installment.
Yeah, so like each installment, like, did they talk about the pricing?
No,
of what
they
they're
haven't.
gonna
That's
do?
why no one knows. And everyone's like, like whatever hype was built was completely like nullified by that.
You know
like
what?
no one knows now what the hell is going to go down. And you know, the natural inclination of most people now, and gamers, I think, is to be pessimistic.
Yeah.
Me included, you know, like, I mean,
I'm expecting them to rip me off.
yeah, that's exactly.
That's just truly what it
Yeah.
is. And I would be surprised if they release these episodes
Such a
for
fucked
cheap.
up way to think, man.
It's fucked up, but it's just
Yeah.
it's the truth. It's the truth. So I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. I actually don't hate the idea of them releasing it in episodes because, as we said, the original games were in like 3 separate discs. You know, you have to start up the game each time.
Well, that was because like the PS1 was like a, you know.
I mean, I know that was because of the capabilities of the time, but I mean, like, it wouldn't be out of the blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't know, man. The idea of remaking games like that, or remaking games in general, sits oddly with me. Because on the one hand, I don't necessarily like the fact that games are going to be remade. Even if they are being remade to be better or remade to be modern, I kind of want to see things just progress in the industry. Because what we have now in cinema is a lot of movies that are simply being rehashed or remade from movies that were made long time ago. And you'll just see them like remastered, right? But even that's different. You'll see them remade completely or reinterpreted or whatever.
There's a whole narrative of how it's going stale and
yeah.
You know.
And you know what? Gaming is a young medium still, but it's getting to the point where now you can remake games.
Yeah.
And so are we going to see the same kind of like issue that has been facing cinema for a little while? Like, I don't know. You're the main cinephile. I mean, I don't know. What would you say to that comparison?
I would say like that's a very fair comparison. And
Are you worried at all? Or I don't know.
worried?
Man.
Okay, man. Like I don't know
that's
if
a
I'm
weird
worried.
question.
It's kind of hard to answer, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm worried, but I don't know if I endorse it. It's just kind of like a natural kind of progression of things. I think, you know, like if something captures people's attention, like why not put it out again?
Yeah.
You know, you said it right. It sits oddly with you.
Yeah.
And oddly is a good word because it does not positive or negative. the
Yeah, it's just
connotation.
weird.
So it's in a limbo. We don't really know. And I think it can be done right. I really do think it can be done right in terms of remakes.
Do you have an example of a good remake?
I have one very good example, I think. Black Mesa. Half-Life Black
All right,
Mesa.
dude. I honestly forgot about that game.
I truly think that is what a remake should be.
So for people that don't know, could you explain what Black Mesa is?
Yeah, it's basically still the original Half-Life game, except everything about the way it looks, the way like the mechanics of it, like
The physics and
it's
stuff.
it's purely just polished, you know.
It's Source
polished.
2 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the-
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the idea.
And they changed things here and there, you know. The most important thing about it is that it was a fan remake.
Yeah.
Okay? It wasn't the same company. It wasn't Valve suddenly saying, "Hey guys, we're going to make a remake of
They
your
had
most
that,
beloved
though.
your most beloved
they
game."
had that. Valve has a remake of it.
Well, that was after Black Mesa, was it not?
No, it was as Half-Life 2 released, or like a little after Half-Life 2 released. It was in the orange box. You got it.
It wasn't a remake.
That's a remaster.
It's a remaster, but I mean, it's
There's
a remake in the
big difference between a remaster and
I
a remake.
understand that, but like when you're switching an engine, you wouldn't qualify that as a remake.
I mean, I don't know.
Would you?
That's actually a
tough
good question.
question.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
I
it
don't-
kind of.
I don't know. I
if
don't know
it's
the
just-
answer.
If
I
it's
don't-
just like upgrading the textures and like making it look cleaner, but it's the same game, I don't think that's a remake.
So what is a remake?
A remake is when they built the game up from the ground up. Like if they remake the game from the ground up.
Okay.
Like for example, like taking Final Fantasy VII for example, that's a remake.
Yeah, 100%.
But like for like jumping a little bit, but like Grim Fandango, that came out with a remaster
yeah.
a little bit ago, earlier in the year. Like that's a remaster.
Yeah, they just made it
and
look
Wind
nicer.
Waker, Wind
Wind
Waker
Waker's
was
a remaster.
remastered for the Wii U.
But you know,
Exactly.
I think Black Mesa applies as a remake because
I'll agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that also.
they changed some fundamental things about it, like the original Half-Life, the crowbar. You know, you get the crowbar in the beginning,
Yep.
and that's like it's become an iconic thing. You know,
Yeah,
starting
of
off with the
course,
crowbar.
dude. That's their Valve like icon, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
See, they changed that in Black Mesa. You get the crowbar later in the game, for
Wait,
example.
why?
That's heresy.
No. It's not bad. It's
But
not
wait,
bad.
what's the point? Like, what?
I mean, I think the point is just to put you in the same story, put you in the same facility, and just shake things up a little bit from the perspective of a fan. You know, it's just a fan who, as Amin said, built the game from the ground up again, but just changed a few things that he thought would be accommodating to what other fans would also like. Like in the beginning, like there's a certain, I forgot whether it was a shotgun. One of the starting areas, you start with a shotgun. You
Okay.
get a shotgun, and you know how if a game like this that has such a large fan base, it becomes lore. You know, like the crowbar almost. Like
Yeah.
it becomes something that we all know. Oh, you get the shotgun there. You get that
Yeah.
there. You know, I don't think it's necessarily heresy for them to change that. For them to be like, oh, I get a Magnum now. You know,
Yeah.
and I
Okay,
go
dude.
about with a Magnum.
So then, all right. Then I have a question along this line of reasoning: is that there was Morrowind, right? Elder Scrolls Morrowind back in the day,
Sure.
Oh yeah.
right? And that when Oblivion came out, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion came out, they started making a project. Fans were making it called More Oblivion, which is basically Morrowind in the Oblivion engine, which is still just an upgraded Gamebryo.
Okay.
And then Skyrim came out. And so now there's a Skywind project. Or, something like that.
Whatever they called it.
Yeah, whatever they're calling it. It's basically Morrowind in the Skyrim engine, which is just another updated Gamebryo engine now called the Creation Engine. These games look so vastly different from Morrowind and will probably play completely different from Morrowind, and they're fan-made. So they're in the same boat as Black Mesa in a way, in the way that you're
Yeah.
describing in my head. However, something in my mind, and I don't know what, I honestly don't know what this thought is. I don't want to call them remakes at all.
Yeah,
I feel like they're simply mods or projects.
I see what you mean. I mean,
It's just because it is from a third party. You know?
But Black Mesa was too, and yet I would still consider that a remake. Maybe it's because it's like Valve like encouraged it or
Listen,
like
man.
liked it. I don't know.
listen, this is a hard thing to answer, but let me try to draw a line. I think something is a remaster when you take the very same game.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, exact word for word, scene for scene, the very same game, and make it look prettier.
Just to back you up a little bit, Maher, like there was Heroes of Might and Magic. They did a HD remaster of
Uh-huh.
it, and basically what they did, they take the same exact game and they upgraded the sprites.
Yeah.
They just made it look cleaner.
That's kind of
They
cool.
did the same thing
Yeah.
with Age of Empires.
Yep.
Age of
They did the
Empires
same
2
thing
HD.
with-
That's right.
Baldur's Gate.
That's
They
right.
did the same thing with.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, Black Mesa wasn't a wildly different story by any means. You know, it was just they just changed some things that then make it qualify as a remake instead of a remaster. They didn't just take the same game and make it look pretty. They took the game and they modernized it and they added some third-party quirks to it that qualifies it as a remake.
But see, that's the thing. I understand that. And however, when I'm trying to make the jump, or when I'm trying to define More Oblivion or Skywind as a remake as well, my mind just stops. Like I can't. That's what I'm saying. Is like as
Maybe it's the
irrational
word.
as it may seem, I don't consider them remakes.
Because
Because
they're not remasters.
they're not remasters either, and I simply would call them mods, or
Yeah.
I would call them
Well,
projects.
you know what?
Or,
I don't think that would be too controversial even to call Black Mesa a mod.
It is a mod.
It is a mod.
It is literally a mod.
Yeah.
Because that's what a mod is, right? It's someone made by like a third party or a fan
Yeah.
to like add to the game.
I guess like that. Then I would
whether
simply
they're
call those
whatever they're doing
mods,
with the mod, yeah.
and any remake would have to be remade by the developer, I guess, in my mind. As weird as like strict as that definition is, and I don't like being strict with my definitions in games. I like just I seem like I am strict, but I kind of like things to flow. I just can't. It's just like an
So
irrational
you're
thing.
saying it should be from the developer if it's
Either
to be
a
called
developer
remake?
or like encouraged or like canonized or
Yeah.
something by the developer, because I know Black Mesa, Valve is really appreciative and loves that
Yeah.
Black Mesa mod.
Yeah.
And in my mind,
They
I
should
can
be.
easily more justify that as a remake than like More Oblivion or Skywind, where Bethesda hasn't even given a fuck.
yeah.
And they don't care if those things exist or don't exist. You
I
know?
actually find that so interesting, the way that Valve approaches stuff like this.
The paid
like-
mods thing, man. You remember all that?
No, could you remind me?
When they were like, we're gonna make mods like paid now.
Oh, and then
Like, you have to pay
everyone
money.
lost their
Right.
minds.
Yeah, and everyone lost their minds, and Gaben went on like Reddit, and he was like, "Oh, if this is not working, I'll just change it," and they just scrapped it, like you know.
That's right. I thought that was just the Skyrim. A Skyrim thing.
No, it wasn't just
It-
for
it
Skyrim,
was a
but Skyrim was the
philosophical
early
thing.
adopter of it. But the reason they did
Oh
it,
shit.
I remember reading the reason they did it was for Black Mesa, because they wanted the people of Black Mesa to make money.
Why wouldn't
Wow,
they?
man.
Yeah, because they knew it was going to be
Counter
wildly
Strike was
popular.
a mod of Half-Life, you
That's
know,
true.
like Half-Life Deathmatch was a mod, like all these things that Dota 2 was a mod of Warcraft 3, or Dota was a mod
Yeah.
of Warcraft 3, and now Valve owns Dota 2. They're straight up a mod company, so of course they want it to be paid.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just kind of
Interesting.
sorry. I mean, that what you were about to say reminded me of that.
No, yeah, no, well said. I didn't even, that completely flew over my mind. But you brought up Dota. I'm very curious how you guys think about this. Dota 2. What is that?
It's just a sequel.
It is not. Is it a sequel?
It's a sequel to a mod.
I guess.
I feel like
I'm so simple
I feel
about
like
it, man.
I
I'm
feel like
sorry.
it's a remake.
Dude, that's
no,
a remake.
No,
It for
It's a-
sure is. The whole point is to match Dota 1.
Okay,
right?
sure, it's a remake as of yet, but you know what? They added so much shit, like all the new items that they added to Dota 2 that are different than Dota
That's
1,
true.
and they're gonna add Valve original shit to Dota 2.
That's true.
The
No,
mods,
okay.
the
The
aesthetic.
direction that they're going right now, absolutely. But Dota 2,
When it first
when it
came out,
yeah,
it
like
was, it was just like a
kind of like their
remaster.
philosophy of it. Remaster?
No, a remake. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go.
I got,
Very
yeah,
good.
No, I got
Okay.
wrecked by the definitions, dude.
Yeah.
All these re. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like, as I said, odd feeling about all of it. I don't necessarily like it because I feel like it'll stagnate the industry if Final Fantasy is successful, especially in its episodic method.
Yeah.
I can definitely see other games that have no business doing that do it.
That.
Man, it's just honestly, it's just the power of nostalgia, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
This happens across all artistic mediums, I think. Like movies are just the prime example. You know,
Yeah.
if enough time passes and enough nostalgia has been built up, then there is virtually no reason to not try to just bring it back and like satisfy that nostalgia.
Yeah.
I suppose, man. I don't know. It's rough.
I mean, I don't like it. I do agree with you. I think that it does stagnate creativity. It for sure does stagnate creativity because there's just so much nostalgia to go around. You know,
Yeah.
like there's so many things you can remake that people would be interested in doing.
So talking about all this, about like remaking all these different games. So I have a question for you guys. So this Final Fantasy VII remake, do you think it's going to set a trend for, let's say, a Final Fantasy VIII remake, or maybe earlier Final Fantasies that never came to the US?
I don't think so.
The only reason I would
don't
think
think so.
not is because Final Fantasy, as I said earlier, I think Final Fantasy VII particularly is just it has
It's
a
the
status.
face. It's the face of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, and although
Yeah.
you're right, Final
For
Fantasy
better or
VIII
for
might
worse.
even be a better game than Final Fantasy VII, but just the idea, like Cloud, the image of Cloud, the character with this big ass sword.
Yeah.
Not
You know,
only
the
that,
pictures
there's
of-
so many-
Iconic, legendary
It is-
video game.
it is purely
character.
iconic.
It's like a legendary video game itself.
Dude,
like
he's
Final
coming to
Fantasy VII.
Smash. We were even talking about
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Come on, man. Like that's a little bit nuts.
They should bring Squall to Smash.
Squall, Leon.
I wouldn't be against
That's
that.
not Leon. It's wrong.
I don't know if they're gonna do the other Final Fantasies, but my bet would be no.
I would love to see a Final Fantasy VIII remake.
And
Because
then
that
you know
was
what?
my game, man.
Then
I
they'll
love
do
that
it.
Game.
They'll do it. They'll probably do it
If
because
enough
you love
people
it.
want to do it,
Yeah,
like
if,
want them
if
to
enough
do it,
people want it, then
may,
you know,
yeah. I
why
mean,
wouldn't
they're
they?
they're
But like obviously, like
they're all
Like
about
the-
the market, dude.
like the market for Final Fantasy VIII is like a sliver compared to the people who are interested in 7.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe that'll come out, maybe it won't. I don't know. I
But
have my
like
fingers
like
crossed.
Zelda Ocarina of Time got re-released for the 3DS
Yep.
as like a 3D version of itself.
Majora's Mask did also,
was
yeah.
recently released as
Mhm.
well. I don't know, man. It's
Have
just,
you played those, John?
I played the Ocarina one. It's fine. It's just it's straight up remaster.
Is it the same game? Yeah.
Yeah, straight up remaster. Just
Mhm.
looks the same. I have not played Majora's Mask. I'm almost gonna be I'm just gonna go out and say it. I'm pretty sure it's just a remaster.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
well.
there's nothing wrong with remastering, dude.
Actually, from what I've read and from what I've heard, the 3DS people are saying the 3DS version is better than the N64 version
For
because you
Ocarina.
have- for Ocarina,
Yeah,
and for
because
Majora's
the
Mask.
water
because,
temple's way different. It's easier. It's
oh,
made
so they
easier
did
now.
change
They
stuff.
changed the stuff that everyone hated. Yeah.
up. Right on.
wow,
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
know that.
And for
I was
the-
just talking about like the bottom screen. It's serving as your like inventory.
Oh yeah, I mean
right?
it's
Like,
more
it's just more
convenient.
accessible. It's
it's cooler.
Oh, instead of pausing all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, bro, like, and it's cool, like, in the in Ocarina of Time, and I think Majora's Mask as well. When you're like firing your slingshot, you actually have to move your 3DS around to aim
cool.
it. Yeah, I mean, like, they're utilizing the system. I wouldn't necessarily make that qualify as a remake.
No, sure.
It's simply a remaster for a new system that has like different like peripheral capabilities. But like, I don't know, dude. Like, and Pokemon does it a lot too. They came out with
Fire Red and
yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah.
But then also more recently they came out with like Omega Ruby and like something Sapphire, whatever, and
what was that? That was just like they just
Alpha
updated the
Sapphire.
sprites and they just like made it look cleaner. Is
No,
that-
no, they made the whole game 3-dimensional with their in line with their X and Y game. And so that's technically a remake, I guess, but it's also a remaster in its own way because they
Yeah.
didn't change too much. Like that's the
It's
thing.
a weird
dude.
line, man. Yeah.
It's a very weird thing. And
Sometimes the line is blurred.
Yeah.
Nintendo crosses that shit a lot, dude. They remake, rehash, read everything their own games all the time.
And
like,
let me
let's
give-
be honest here, you know,
Yeah.
like they do that all. Like they have 8 Mario Karts, they have how many Mario Tennises, they have how many fucking Zeldas. Like, there's a certain thing about all of this, you know.
So wait, so going with this mentality that we're going to right now. So Mario Kart, the Mario Karts, are they sequels?
They're sequels.
They are.
They're
but like,
se-
so what qualifies Mario Kart 8 as a sequel?
because it has new levels, right?
Like
It has
new
like new
levels,
levels, new
new
characters, new
mechanics.
mechanics, new
Sure.
physics based.
Yeah,
things.
it's a different game.
Yeah, it's a different kind of good, dude. You can't.
But that is
it's
a
like
remake.
Yeah.
But that is a remake.
No. I
don't
wouldn't
know.
say so.
I
I
don't
mean-
know about that.
Hold on, guys.
It's a rehash.
We-
I guess it's more a rehash than a remake, but it's not even a rehash. It's
What
just,
the fuck is the difference between a rehash and a remake?
It's rehash is like
That's his vocabulary. I have no idea.
oh.
What the fuck are you talking about, John?
Okay. A rehash is basically, you know how they release. So we were talking about Call of Duty earlier, right?
Yeah.
Call of Duty released year after year, straight up yearly release schedule, or Assassin's Creed yearly release schedule, or it's becoming as such. People are saying they're just rehashing similar kind of content and just re-releasing it to you to imbibe, buy, whatever. And so some people would suggest that Mario Kart as a series is just rehashing one after the other. Whereas one game got it down well and they just keep doing it over and over. You know what I
See,
mean?
to me, that could qualify as a remake. I mean, these are all semantics, really.
Oh
We're
no,
just
I
fucking
wouldn't
around.
qualify those as remakes at all. I'm not even saying it's a rehash. I'm saying it's closer to being a rehash. It's closer to being like a Call of Duty style like series than it is to being a remake in the vein of
Yeah.
Final Fantasy from going from PS1 now to PS4 and like this completely new Unreal 4 engine.
More time has passed.
Yeah, more time and just it look like they're just different
Dude,
games,
but-
bro.
but dude,
Straight up different.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, I understand they're
hardcore.
different engines, different mechanics, different maps, different.
No,
everything.
bro. Like, but when you say different mechanics, like you are going from Final Fantasy VII, which is like this turn-based, kind of slow, long, trudging RPG, to the new Final Fantasy VII, which is action-packed, fast-paced, not turn-based, real-time fighting, more like Kingdom Hearts. It's a different game, and it looks vastly different. That is a remake.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That is a strong example of a remake as opposed to what I'm trying to call a remake, which are the Nintendo games. But the only reason I'm inclined to say that is because I was saying earlier that it's really it's born from nostalgia. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
It's born from nostalgia. And
Sure.
we've said this before. Nintendo lives
In
and
nostalgia.
breathes off of its nostalgia
They
is the
swim in it.
name
Why
of
they're
their
still
game.
around.
Nostalgia is the name of their game. So they built Super Smash Brothers, they built Mario Kart, and they've been making the same fucking game for 15 years. You know,
Yeah.
it's still a racing game and it's still a fighting game.
Hopefully they keep making for another 15 years.
Oh, please, until I
Please,
die.
yes.
Until I die.
I don't know. At the end of the day, dude, like I'm not for it. I'm not against it. But it just, as I said, it seems odd to me, and it seems like it might do more harm to the industry than good.
To me, it's
That's
a
what I
gray
think.
area. To me, it's a gray area, and I'm not convinced it's something that can completely stifle the industry. I think that good things will come of it and bad things will come of it.
Yeah.
Hence,
To-
it's being gray.
To juxtapose everything I just said, in a very quick thing, one game I think that should either receive a sequel, a remake, or a remaster. Not a remaster, actually. A remaster would be a waste. A remake or a sequel is Jade Empire, man. I've been playing that
man.
game, and it's so fucking fun, and
yeah,
it would
man,
just
so
be way
it's
better.
It's free on Origin right now.
Yeah, it's free on Origin. I downloaded it. I've been playing it. I love it. I'm actually gonna do like a look back. I'm gonna write like a whole, not a review, but like just a kind of look back, exploring the game and stuff, and giving my thoughts on it for our website.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
When the second I'm done with it, I love it, and I would love to see like a modern iteration of it. Like it's just absolutely fun, but it's held back by being old as fuck. You can just tell.
Is it dated? Like the last time I played it was back when it first came out on Xbox.
Oh, I don't think it's dated.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like KOTOR, right?
yeah, it's straight
like-
up. It's straight
yeah.
up ancient Chinese mythical KOTOR. That's it.
All right.
That's what it is, dude.
That sounds fun.
It's so fun. I just unlocked the drunken boxing style. Oh man!
really?
Yeah, dude. My companion like throws like a wine bottle in the middle of battle, like just wine bottles that I have to like pick up
And
I drink, and then I have a meter that like
Yeah.
every time I'm attacking
great.
people in my drunken style, my meter goes down, and my special attack is simply to fall back and let my head hit my enemy.
Oh man!
Like, are you kidding me, dude? I would love to like imagine like if there was like a Dark Souls kind of like style of that. That's it, dude. That's all I would do with my life. Is I would do drunken boxing in like this modern Dark Souls-esque kind of, like fuck.
Man.
That's so cool.
Another fine idea by John Danho.
Yeah, man, I'm full of them. I'm chock
Talking
full.
about drunk fighting, Drunken Master by Jackie Chan. It's
Great
Drunken
movie.
Master 1 and 2. Fucking excellent films, man.
Seen the
Yeah, they
first
are.
one, love it, absolutely love it. I based a D&D character off of that movie.
No shit.
Yeah, so
Sure.
I named him Lao. I named
Okay.
him Lao. He's a half orc, drunken monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Dude, you thought
Bring-
1 was good?
I haven't seen 2.
Yeah, dude. 1 is a little campy and it's a bit silly. Like, it gets
2's
a little,
better?
like, crazy. 2 is a legitimately good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have
Like-
to watch that again.
Yeah, man. I can't recommend it enough.
Okay, dude, is it on Netflix?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
no ski.
Time
then
to
I'll
go
have
to
to
the old
find it.
BitTorrent.
I don't know, man. BitTorrent, dude. I'm not a. Arr.
You're not an
I'm
R.
not one of those.
I prefer being called the Buccaneer American, but...
Oh yeah. Funny, man. Funny.
All right, guys. Well, let's hop over to some emails. We got a few
Oh.
emails.
Got some of those.
Yeah. Okay, we got one from Eric Zeit. Eric Zeit wrote back.
All right.
Okay,
That
this
dude.
is a two part question.
He's the one who asked a very confusing question that
the
one time
East
ago.
Coast skis, West Coast skis.
Yes.
That fucking mess of a question.
We
yeah.
West Coast dog.
Is this
Yeah.
even more of a mess?
Buckle up, man. So this is a two-parter. So I'm gonna ask the first part I'm going to get your answers. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to give you the correct answer, and then we're going to move on to number 2.
Wait, he has a correct answer in his email?
Yeah.
Oh, goody two shoes, dude.
So,
All right.
number 1, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road, dude?
Yeah, it's number 1.
Because he's a chicken.
Okay.
Why did the chicken cross the road, huh?
John?
Woo-wee, dude. Why did the chicken cross the road, dude? Because you didn't cook it.
No.
It's not
The
that?
correct answer is, who cares?
What the fuck?
Fuck
Okay.
you, Eric
You know-
Sight.
You know why I said that? Because I saw a thing on Reddit either today or yesterday that was like a picture of Gordon Ramsay where he's like, why did the chicken cross the road? Because you didn't cook it. So I thought that was it, dude.
What was the second part?
Okay, well, buckle up.
Oh,
Here we go.
this is the actual.
This is the actual question.
Oh, that was like a precursor to like the dumbness of
Yeah.
all this. Okay.
Let me clear my throat.
Let me clear mine, dude.
A wise man once said, "One sticks one's finger into the soil to tell by the smell in what land one is. I stick my finger in existence. It smells of nothing. Where am I? Who am I? How came I here? What is this thing called the world? Who is this that has lured me into the world? Why was I not consulted? Why not made acquainted with its manners and customs instead of throwing me into this ranks, as if I was bought by a kidnapper, a dealer in souls?
Oh boy.
How did I obtain an interest in this big enterprise they call reality? Why should I have an interest in it? Is it not voluntary? Is it not a voluntary concern? And if I am to be compelled to take part in it, where is the director? I should like to make a remark to him. Is there no director? Whither shall I turn into my complaint? The question is, whither shall I turn with my complaint? John,
I'm dumbfounded.
did you care to
I'm literally gonna answer this.
translate a little bit?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say one thing, and we're gonna move on to the next email.
Okay.
To Eric Zeit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And that's it, dude. We're done. Let's move on.
All right, moving on. We also have another two-part email from Gipsy.
Who the fuck is Gipsy?
Gipsy.
All right. Thanks for listening, Gipsy.
What would be your dream game if you could design one?
My dream game, dude.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I'll go for it, Matt. Answer it first.
Shit, man. Dream question? Okay, I'll tell you what my
Dream
dream question
question?
is.
What is your dream question?
Dream game. Oh, wow. All right. Sorry.
What do I want to ask you?
You know what, man? I'm a sucker for open world games. Let me just say that. I'm a sucker for discovery. I'm a sucker for grand scales and just being a small character in a large universe. And I think space is, it's safe to say it's a large area.
Yeah,
So I
it's
think
sort of big.
I think honestly, I think my dream game would be something along the lines of something like Fallout or Skyrim or a Bethesda type game, except that it
In
takes in
space.
space. And you could just travel to different planets. What I'm going for is that there's just so much opportunity for creativity in that sense, like every planet being completely different from the last
So
one.
you love Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Because like that's like
Yeah, but
I
as
feel
we've
like-
said, Mass Effect isn't really open world. It's
it's
like
not.
a
It's hub-based, yeah.
Hub-based, yeah.
But like that's along the lines of what you would try to maybe
exactly,
get to. Okay.
exactly. An open world Mass Effect.
Sure.
Basically.
All right, man.
I mean,
fair enough.
I don't know if that's a terrible
Yeah.
answer, but that's
no,
my
I don't
answer.
think so.
No, yeah.
I don't know, man.
What about you, John?
Like, I'm with. It feels a little, I guess, cliche or trite or whatever to say, but I'm with Mahed in the sense that like Bethesda games in general, like the Elder Scrolls series, were some of the first that I really truly fell in love with. Like that, I just couldn't begin to even understand, how good they were. Like as far as my enjoyment of them. So my natural inclination would be to say I want a game similar to that. The thing is, and this might be like a surprise to you guys or perhaps just like unexpected answer. I've always been very fond of Greek mythology. I love God of
Surprising.
War. I love Age of Mythology as a game. I love that RTS. I mean,
Cool.
like, I just love games that deal with that kind of mythos. I love Norse mythology as well. I love Celtic mythology. I love these kind of like that the gods had a presence, and I love pantheons. I love the idea that like there's like these grand prophecies. Those kind of things really like inspire me.
Sure.
As like a writer, as a gamer, as just a human being, I think those things are a valid part of culture. So my dream game would be something where I would be able to craft a world of that, like a cohesive kind of system of that caliber, to have a mythos of my own, to create that in the mirror of the Greek mythology, like to have very similar tropes to the Greek mythology and have a world set there and you're a hero in that world like doing something.
I see.
Like like a
interesting.
role-playing game. I mean, I'm a role player. So that for sure a role-playing game, but in a world that I've created similar to a Greek mythological world. That would be my dream game. Something like a mix of like the Elder Scrolls Freedom, but the Diablo / Torchlight / like more tight in like superfluous, crazy, fancy, chaotic mechanics.
Sure.
That would be like kind of my thing. Like not a hack and slash, not like an ARPG, a blend. That would be my thing.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good,
very
pretty
cool.
specific answer. I love it. I like that a lot, John.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
I've thought about it a lot. What about you? I mean,
But yeah, Maher, you were saying how open world is your thing.
Yeah.
Like, I sort of love the idea of like worlds clashing together. Like, I would say my ideal game would be, let's say, like a Super Smash sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of having characters from video games, you have characters from video games, from movies, from literature, from just legendary people, like legendary characters or images,
That'd
like
be
all put together.
pretty
Like,
funny,
imagine
dude.
playing as Zorro fighting against the Phantom of the Opera. Like, some like crazy fucking stuff, you know? From,
Ernest Hemingway fighting
versus Alexander the Great, dude.
Napoleon.
you know? Yeah. And like,
That's
I'm
cool.
such a big fan of multiplayer games too. Like, that's sort of, I love multiplayer games. I love like competitive stuff. And yeah, like maybe like a fighting game or kind of like a Super Smash, kind of like brawler sort of thing.
That's
with
a great
those kind of
question.
characters. Like, it would be a lot of fun.
Dude, that
I appreciate this question a lot.
we should just all be crazy game designers, dude, and just like be like rich as fuck game designers that just like enact our vision.
Oh yeah, man. Sure. I'll just get to that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, why not, man? You have the charm. You have all the charm. You have 10 charisma, dude. Your Fallout character is all charisma, right?
All right. Well, we have part 2 of this question.
Ooh, okay.
Totally unrelated.
Oh, good.
This is a good one. Okay. Why is it that we have to endure such extreme levels of Shrek to get a glimpse of the infinite? Does the fault lie in ourselves, our upbringing, or the water temple in Zelda Ocarina of Time?
What the fuck?
Why do we have to endure such levels of Shrek to reach the infinite, dude?
To get a glimpse
To get
of the
a
infinite.
glimpse of the infinite, dude.
What
because
the fuck?
you cannot do anything but glimpse at the infinite, and the only way to get to the infinite is through suffering, and the only way we suffer is by getting Shreked in games, dude. That's it, dude.
That's it.
Trial and tribulation make us, but because we're like middle class morons in America, we get that through games, dude. And that's it, dude. That's it, dude. That's it, ski McFuckski, dude. That's it. God damn it, dude. These fucking questions.
I'm done
man.
here.
Man.
I'm done here.
Okay, well, on that bombshell, we're going to call it a night. If you guys have some more questions for us, send it over to mail@thenextlevel.com, and we'll answer it next week.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right.
See you guys next week.